YouTube family. Before I begin this news story, remember to hit the notification button, like and subscribe to my channel to view relevant content. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. This news story focuses on the horrendous Michigan State University tragedy and the 3 innocent victims whose dreams were short-lived due to weapon violence once again. On Monday night, February 13th, a 43-year-old suspect, Anthony Dwayne McCray, caused the passing of 3 promising college students of Michigan State University. There was a 4-hour manhunt for the suspect while students sheltered in place. It was a devastating and chaotic night. Quickly, campus police, various levels of law enforcement officers, emergency workers, and others arrived to the scene. A tip from a caller led police to find the suspect. Anthony Dwayne McCray passed away from a self-inflicted weapon wound as law enforcement was closing in on him. He lived only a few miles away from the university campus. There are 5 wounded students who were taken to the hospital that night. So far, they haven't been identified. Interesting that a lengthy note was found on his person with a plan to carry out a crime in New Jersey schools. Both New Jersey schools were located in his childhood hometown. They were closed the day after the tragedy for safety reasons. In these modern times, how was Anthony Dwayne McCray able to enter the Michigan State University campus? Why are civilians able to roam without a school ID? Since Anthony McCray wore a hat and mask, full coverage, he wasn't easily spotted. In my opinion, all schools, elementary throughout college, must evaluate their security systems, pay for more additional campus police, and incorporate more technology to detect weapons. I say this because our country is allowing more purchases of weapons without the needed evaluations or assessments. I believe there should be mental evaluations done or a thorough database check. If an individual was admitted into a hospital for psychiatric care or they take prescriptive medications with side effects, these factors must be taken into account prior to an individual purchasing a firearm. So the bottom line is, gun laws are not changing anytime soon. According to news reports, Anthony Dwayne McCray had a criminal history. In 2019, Anthony McCray was charged with carrying a concealed weapon. He had possession of a handgun legally registered to him, but he did not have a concealed carry permit, which is required by law. It's a felony that is punishable by up to 5 years. On October 24, 2019, Anthony McCray entered a guilty plea to an added count 2, possession of a loaded firearm in or upon a vehicle. It is a high court misdemeanor, punishable by up to 2 years. On November 26, 2019, he was sentenced to 12 months probation with terms set by the 30th Circuit Court. On May 14, 2021, Anthony McCray completed all terms of his probation. Now, regarding the suspect's personal history, his 67-year-old father, Michael McCray, recognized a change in his son around 2020 when his mother passed away from a long illness. Anthony McCray's room was usually very disorganized. At that time, Anthony McCrae did not keep himself groomed. Plus, he expressed bitterness and anger towards society. Michael McCrae shared that Anthony McCrae lived for a short period in a homeless shelter in Cincinnati. He was aware that law enforcement took his son's weapons, but he did not know of Anthony McCrae obtaining a new weapon. His neighbor was interviewed, and he recalled many occasions when Anthony McCrae would fire his weapon randomly in the air. However, Anthony McCrae's uncle admitted that he did suffer from paranoid schizophrenia. YouTube family, most of you know about this disease, but for those of you who may need clarification or more information, paranoid schizophrenia is a type of mental disorder that affects how an individual thinks, perceives reality, expresses emotions, and behaves. It is considered one of the most serious types of schizophrenia because its symptoms can be disabling and impair a person's ability to function in daily life. People with paranoid schizophrenia may experience delusions, false beliefs, hallucinations, hearing or seeing things that are not real, disorganized thinking and speech, social withdrawal, reduced motivation, and decreased emotional expression. Presently, doctors still haven't pinpointed the cause of paranoid schizophrenia. Most likely, the origin involves both genetic factors as well as environmental triggers, like stress or trauma during childhood development. Oftentimes, symptoms or changes in the brain affecting personalities typically begin between ages 16 to 30, although they can start at any age from early childhood through late adulthood. The mental illness usually happens gradually over time, with the first signs being subtle changes in behavior. Then is followed by more severe symptoms like paranoia or delusions later on. Online data shows that treatment for this condition tends to include antipsychotic medications along with psychotherapy sessions, focused on helping individuals manage their symptoms better. Simultaneously, the person can receive help addressing underlying issues related to their illness, like family dynamics or past traumatic events, which might have caused the illness in the first place. Unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier, Anthony McCrae was not taking medications nor receiving treatment for his illness, according to his father. Possibly his motive was the effect of him feeling mistreated by businesses. He did not feel valued. Still, there isn't a link between him and the university. His problems caused innocent people with a purpose to lose their lives way too soon. The slain students are Ariel Anderson, who was a junior, Alexandria Verner, a junior, and Brian Fraser, who was a sophomore. Ariel Anderson graduated from Grosse Pointe North in 2021. She was a native of Harbor Woods and passed away on campus. She was an aspiring pediatrician. She absolutely loved children, and her hope was to become the first doctor in her family. Alexandria Verner was a biology and anthropology student. She was from the Detroit area. On that tragic night, Alexandria Verner was inside of a campus building. Brian Fraser was the chapter president of his fraternity, Phi Delta Theta. He studied business and he was known for his leadership skills. In 2021, he graduated from Grosse Pointe South. During the crime, he was working on campus at the student union. In conclusion, my heartfelt condolences goes out for all three victims' families, loved ones, and all students who were present during the incident. There are too many mass shootings. I cannot say, too many mass passings in schools and public venues. It has been over 366 tragedies since Columbine. We all want the violence to stop now. When is that change going to happen in our country? Please leave your comments below. And remember to hit the notification button, like and subscribe to my channel. Please share with your friends and family, and thanks a million. Stay safe wherever you are.